So what was the question again? Oh, why is it called the traffic jam? Well, you know, the reason is, it's because I have two really cool cars. Seriously cool cars. And I love drifting, racing, because I am fast and slick, and plus I like to create a bit of traffic jam myself with a whole lot of great music. Bulumnaka, my name is Real, your host and DJ, right here on the Today FM Traffic Jam every weekday from 3 p.m. to 7. Right here on Today FM, today's hit music.
In this bulletin, Prime Minister Vorenge Bainimarama says 2013 constitution won't be removed. Auditor General's report to be tabled tomorrow in Parliament. And pharmacy hours at Valelevu and McCoy Health Centres extended. Good evening, I'm Jackie Spate and this is FBC News. Prime Minister Vorenge Bainimarama says the idea of having a coup to get rid of the constitution will definitely not happen. In an exclusive interview with FBC News, Bainimarama responded to comments made by opposition MP Nico Nawaikula yesterday. Maggie Boyle has the details.
In his maiden speech, an impassioned Nico Nawaikula yesterday called for the establishment of a constitutional review committee. Failing this, he says there will be consequences.
Madam Speaker, I'll be so bold as to say that the sooner we convene a constitutional review commission to look into and extract from previous documents of constitution the good things that they have in them, combining them all into one that we all agree with, containing those essential amendments, the better it will be for us. Not doing so, Mr. Speaker, will an invitation for another coup, because we have shown by the very way that we have been voting since 1987 that a coup is a legitimate way to change things.
Prime Minister Vorenge Bainimarama says this will not happen.
The idea of him getting rid of the constitution is not going to happen. The idea of him having a coup to get rid of the constitution is definitely not going to happen. But I want to tell him something. I will tell him when he comes in, when he does come in, that we will be keeping an eye on him. Any form of disruption that will come into the lives of the people of Fiji, we will look for him and bring him in for questioning.
Bainimarama is frank, saying any disruptions to Fiji's stability will not be tolerated.
I want to tell him the composition of a threat. The composition of a threat is that of an intention, a will, and a capability. And we were very worried about what he came up with yesterday. But what he should have done was listen. We should have all listened to the Minister of Defense statement, where he reassured everyone that we will have a stable Fiji, that we already have a stable Fiji, that we will continue to have a stable Fiji, and that any sign of any disruption to this stability, we will come down very hard on these people.
The Prime Minister adding that as far as constructive debates go, this turn from the opposition is anything but.
I said that in my campaign days, if you lie to the people during your campaign, you will come and lie to the people in Parliament. If you don't have any constructive thing to say during your campaign, you will never have anything constructive to say in Parliament.
Opposition MP Nico Nawaikula did not attend today's Parliament sitting and could not be reached for comments. Maggie Boyle, FBC News.
The much-anticipated Auditor General's reports will be tabled in Parliament tomorrow. This was revealed in Parliament today by the Finance Minister Ayasaid Qayyum.
Following discussions with the Auditor General's office last night, I have been informed that reports going back to 2007 will be printed and ready for submission to this House tomorrow morning.
Meanwhile, the National Federation Party says it is looking forward to the tabling of reports tomorrow. NFP leader Biman Prasad says they hope the reports of each of the 7 years are a comprehensive audit of state finances and entities. Opposition MP Prem Singh says Fiji needs a comprehensive healthcare modernisation program to improve the services. Singh, who returned to Parliament after 12 years, says the government should provide medical care that is focused on compassion, respect and dignity.
An example of the deteriorating health service is that the blood testing machine at Lautoka Hospital has not been functioning for the last 3 weeks. This week, the Lautoka Hospital ran out of morphine tablets given to patients to ease their severe pain.
In his maiden speech, Singh says people throughout the country need to have access to decent healthcare, and to achieve this, personalised healthcare framework is needed.
Funding must be committed to ensure that Fiji has well-placed and well-resourced team of medical workers. Our citizens should know that in hospitals they will be seen by doctors within a specified time and not wait endlessly.
Singh says public provision of healthcare in Fiji is a foundation on which this country is built. The Agriculture Ministry will continue to focus on improving livelihood in farms, especially of Fijians in rural areas. In his maiden speech in Parliament today, Agriculture Minister Lieutenant Colonel Iniese Ruratu reiterated that rural areas must not be forgotten. Akosita Tale reports.
Agriculture contributes about 9.3% of the country's GDP, and the minister is adamant it will have a bigger role in driving the economy.
Because we recognize the high cost of land preparation. And to encourage land use and in agriculture, my ministry has plans to allocate additional funding to assist farmers to prepare land cultivation for all types of farming.
Farmers can expect huge support from government with the provision of fertilizer subsidies for the sugarcane industry, dalo, rice and dairy farmers.
From next year, we will extend this fertilizer subsidy to ginger farmers as well. And within 2 years, we plan to expand this program to other crops.
The effects of the long dry spell have prompted the ministry to ensure that there is better water management policies and introduce new technology to mitigate drought effects.
Because the majority of the rural and maritime island villages are located along coastlines, they are subjected to erosion as a result of destruction to coastal vegetation and climatic change. We will continue to monitor sea level rise, provide engineering support as necessary, and assist in the design of modified infrastructure to arrest this problem.
The government will continue to teach farmers about the importance of planting and the adoption of organized cropping programs. Akosita Tale, FBC News.
The Fijian Holdings Limited is now looking at options to sell its shares in Fiji Television Limited. In an exclusive interview with FBC News, FHL CEO Nozab Farid says if they get the right price, they will divest. Chanel Sivan with this story.
Fijian Holdings Media Limited owns 61.6% shares of the total of Fiji Television Limited. Its performance for the year ended 30th June was it made a profit before tax of $2.7 million, a decrease of 5% compared to last year.
Of course, we are an investment company. We'll be buying companies, we'll be selling companies. If somebody is willing to offer a good price, yes, it's all yours.
So are you suggesting that you are open for options?
Not only for Fiji Television. Again, I wish to say, Fijian Holdings Limited got 19 investments. For any of those investments, if you get the right value, yes, we are willing to sell. Because every investment has a value. So basically, you look at the future cash flows, or what you call future baitable earnings, and there's a value attached to that. So if you give the right price for the right investment, we are willing to divest.
Farid admits the media company was performing well before FHL took over.
I can't deny that. Yes, I think we appointed the current management, and they are doing their best, but they are not the best. They are doing their best. We have changed some people in the past, but we'll give them a chance. We always believe in giving KPIs and let them perform. If they perform, we give them incentive. So we also want to reiterate, if you have the right to appoint management, we also have the right to remove the management.
FBC News can confirm that another shareholder, Hari Punja & Sons Limited, which owns 22.76% shares, is also trying to sell its shares. Fiji TV Chief Executive Tevita Ngonelevu made no comments on the issue.
Word in the city that Fiji Television is being sold. No comments on that?
No comment.
We tonight can also confirm the broadcast license for Fiji Television Limited has been extended for another 6 months till the 31st of December by the Minister for Communications. Chanel Shivan, FBC News.
Coming up, review of civil services to be held early next year.
FM nambando na serena iwan siningaw na liba tara ni sibiti ko weekend na diwa na tini na miniti na may pakuriti ore bengrabe na nantang nongo kanda na dapat ko anin rona kaloko ena kavende ndeba bini na tayo wali ni may dapat ko na wani matakabo kan lib sarti ko na bisere talio ni na namaka do ba tayo may kine na kenan daw ro di kanamaki Bolo binaka ayo salamilawa do ba tayo kiyawan na tara na wani vio na kaloko moni tiki na ba rombuka ena Bula FM nambang dua ena serena
My name is Luca. I live on the second floor.
Gold FM, only the classic hits. I hope you're having fun so far. You're listening to The Ride, and I'm Kara, taking you through your afternoon. Stay with me to listen to more awesome classics right here on The Ride. Bulabinaka, for awesome sounds in the afternoon. Wonderful, wonderful classics. Join me on The Ride every weekday right here on Gold FM, only the classic hits from 2 to 7.
Just don't ask me what it was. I think it's 'cause
Welcome back. This is FBC News. A former Fijian travel agent has been arrested in California for allegedly defrauding about 50 people, mostly fellow Fijians. Sashi Pal, who operated SP Travel in Modesto, is alleged to have defrauded the victims of about $249,000 in their airline travel transactions. A soccer group that paid more than $58,000 for airline tickets to attend a tournament in Fiji has allegedly been defrauded of the full amount. Pal, who was previously managing director of Hans Travel in Suva, faced charges of conspiracy to defraud the Fijian government and of obtaining money on false pretenses in 2005. Judge Justice Jared Winter ruled there was no case to answer. In the latest case, investigators arrested Pal last Friday during his bankruptcy court hearing. The opening hours of the pharmacies at the health centres in Valilevo and Makoi in Suva have been extended. Assistant Health Minister Veena Bhatnagar says both health centres provide extended hours for general outpatient services. However, the pharmacy will operate on normal hours. She says given the large number of patients treated at both centres, the extended hours of service are welcome.
The new opening hours of the pharmacy in Makoi and Valilevu will be from 6:30 a.m. till 10 p.m. on weekdays and from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturday, Sunday and public holidays. The pharmacy hours will now align to the opening hours of the two health centres.
The Assistant Minister is also urging the general public to practice healthy eating in the fight against non-communicable diseases. Former opposition leader Mick Beddoes is back in Parliament, but as a volunteer. He is assisting the current opposition in setting up their office.
I've been asked by the leader to assist, and I've been here helping out in them establishing the office.
And this is a paid for consultancy?
At this stage, absolutely not.
It's something you're volunteering to do?
Yes.
He adds he's the best person for the job.
The staffing, getting that organized, and getting the procedures and other things. So, having done it before, I'm probably best suited to take charge of that for now.
Beddoes contested the recent elections as part of the Social Democratic Liberal Party, receiving 865 votes, which did not qualify him for Parliament. An international review of the public service is expected to take place next year. Minister for Public Enterprise and Public Service Said Qayyum says the reform must be undertaken to capitalise on the economic growth and keep up the momentum. Rashika Kumar has the details.
A reform of the civil service has been on the agenda of past governments, but with little success. The Bainimarama-led government has also taken on the responsibility of bringing about major changes to the civil service. In his maiden speech in Parliament today, the minister responsible for public service revealed that discussion about the reforms are underway with bilateral and multilateral partners.
We require assistance to make the Fijian civil service relevant to the 21st century and to capitalize on our growing integration with the global economy. The civil service must be specialized and there must be specific career paths in different spheres of expertise. The past and the current trend of uniformity undermines our ability to attract the best and the brightest. The fundamental basis of appointments must be on merit. If the best professionals are appointed to the right positions, then the public will benefit and taxpayers will get a premium return on the investment.
Meanwhile, the Public Service Commission Permanent Secretary Paramesh Chand says they are waiting to be briefed by the Minister.
There have been improvements in a number of areas, but obviously it is not exhaustive. There is still a lot of scope for improvements, and those are the areas, of course, which will need to be looked at to bring to fruition the full extent of reforms.
An international review of the civil service is to be conducted next year, and implementations will be done soon after. Rashika Kumar, FBC News.
The Fiji Broadcasting Corporation says it supports the regional media fraternity and stands in solidarity with them, condemning the attacks on 3 journalists in PNG. FBC CEO Ria Said Kayum is urging the authorities to bring the criminal kidnappers to justice. The women journalists were kidnapped and sexually assaulted while they were being dropped off in company transport on Monday night. The Pacific Island News Association says the attack in PNG should be a wake-up call for Pacific media organizations to strengthen and improve safety and security measures. PINA President Moses Stevens has urged a swift and decisive action be taken to prevent further attacks against media workers in any Pacific Island nation. Sports time now. Jamie's not with us tonight, but we have the lovely Akosita here with the latest update.
Good evening. After the break, West Nangama to lead Fiji residents against Lebanon, and controversy surrounds the build-up to Service Court's IDC celebration. Stay with us for the details.
छू 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 हे हे नमस्ते फीजी आपके हर एक प्रॉब्लम की दवा लेकर मैं आ गई हूँ 9 से 12 बजे तक आपकी सहेली रेनू छू 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 40 में 20 का दिखना है मैं हूँ ना आपके साथ में मिर्ची एफएम पर 9 से 12 बजे तक मंडे टू फ्राइडे मिर्ची इट्स हॉट
Yoni borong tu main radio Fiji 1 totoka tunan raki na ngona ni ko andi takini yoni nando ba tu main nanda ngonongo me ga ben naru na ngo pinga rabi na singale ni ko ni sangulo vinaka oya wana kamana langi na makia na vi mataka mai na diwa kina rua na vi singale bo mai na moni tikina borong buka na radio Fiji 1 nando mai biti bonga ni vi ani
Welcome back. This is FBC Sports. Minister for Youth and Sports Laisenia Tuitumbo says the ministry will focus on the construction and upgrading of playing facilities around the country to promote a physical and healthy lifestyle.
My ministry is committed to elevating the current standard of our sports participation at community, district, national and international level. The National Sports Commission has established a clear and manageable framework to guide and enhance the delivery of sports program in Fiji and the opportunity for every Fijian to actively participate in sports or physical activity, both for enjoyment and to improve their general health.
The former Commissioner Central made the comments in his maiden speech in Parliament today. The Fiji Residents Rugby League will field 8 players from the 2013 Rugby League World Cup for its clash against Lebanon this weekend. Injury has ruled out several key figures, but officials will be keeping a close watch on their much younger and inexperienced replacements. Chalendo Dakadaka has more.
It's been a while since Fiji had a Rugby League test match. The last international outing was a disappointing loss to Samoa in the Four Nations qualifier. Now the Fiji resident side has a chance to put the loss behind them when they tackle an unknown Lebanese side.
This is a sanctioned test match, so there's a lot of our NL players that got injured, the likes of Mariko Rimbete, Sisawanga. So hopefully the rest of the boys that can play will play in this test, especially it's a sanctioned test that whoever won will be, it's more important to Fiji, this game, as for our standing, to keep us standing on the 5th position.
Skipper West Nangama leads the side which has a strong leadership core that includes veterans Aaron Groom, James Tora and Ryan Millard. Former coach Rick Stone has stepped in to mentor the side with the assistance of Petero Divinidaba.
As I said, this is a good opportunity for especially our New South Wales Cup players, our Jesse Flag players, to lift their hands up for this test, especially for our preparation for the next World Cup in 2017. So this is a good stepping stone for them from 2014 for these next 4 years to be involved in this kind of program to be ready in the 2017. So it's a big thing for us, especially in the ball for our team, especially here in Fiji.
The 19-member squad will march into camp tomorrow and clash with Lebanon at 5 p.m. on Sunday at Cronulla in Australia. Talento Takavak, FBC Sports.
Suva football players and supporters will celebrate the recent Courts Inter-District Championship win on Saturday. The festivities are expected to be grand, as this is Suva's first win on home ground in 31 years. Rohit Deo with the details.
It has been a long and productive season for the capital city side, and team officials want to thank the players for their hard work and commitment. Celebrations have been organized for Saturday as the Whites became the first team to lift the new 35 kg trophy.
The floats will start 2 o'clock from Free Market, and thing will go up to Albert Park, where players and the trophy will be there. You can take photos for the trophy. As you know, we have got 35 kg good trophy, and which everyone will be able to take photo with the trophy there, and the players will be introduced at Albert Park.
Players will also receive prizes, and there will be something for fans as well. Officials believe after a hard-fought season, the players deserve a break.
Yes, they have been celebrating. There's a time for them to celebrate, nothing to hold them back, and they deserve to celebrate. So we give them a week off and let them celebrate as much as they can.
Fans have also been encouraged to come out in numbers wearing white to show their support for the team. With the next football season starting next month, Suva players and fans will certainly be relishing in their newfound glory. Rohit Deo, FBC Sports.
The Fiji team made a good start to the 2014 FENCA tournament with a 2-1 win over USA yesterday. In another scrappy affair last night, Canada and Australia played to a 1-1 draw. It was mixed results in other matches played today as competition continues at Ratutakombau Park in Osori. 5 teams are competing in the tournament. The Suva Volleyball Association received a major financial boost today. The league starts its season on Saturday, and the $22,000 check from the sponsor Digicel Fiji is a bright beginning. Josephine Avula has the details.
Suva volleyball officials and players were all smiles on receiving major financial boost.
I'd like to thank Digicel, the CEO, the executives, and Satish Narayan and his team for taking time and effort and making the decision to sit with us last year to map out how you will support our association. Today we once again continue with the promise made to us last season, and we are grateful you'll be joining hands again with us for yet another season.
Atini says the donation will make them achieve better results in the tournament.
Our strength has always been trying to create an environment which ensures our players get quality game time on court before national tournaments and for them to national representatives.
Digicel's head of marketing Cheryl Singh says they are glad to help develop the sport in Fiji.
Volleyball is a very widely played sport in Fiji, and we're taking it to get behind it and to give some support. We are trying to ensure that the sport gets developed further.
Meanwhile, the association plans weekly volleyball outreach programs for designated clubs and schools. Josephine Avula, FBC Sports.
26 teams have confirmed their participation in the Mount St. Mary's Sevens tournament. Tournament organizer Dominic Ombanindawa says the response from rugby clubs is impressive.
The response from rugby clubs all around Fiji are coming for them to come and participate. People are still ringing, and we just want to confirm that the first 32 teams that registered will participate.
The Mount St. Mary's tournament will be held next week Saturday at the Prince Charles Park in Nandi. And that was your FBC Sports for tonight. Have a good evening.
The Ministry of Local Government is trying to formalise all towns and city council positions. Local Government Minister Praveen Kumar says currently some chief executive officers are holding acting positions while contracts for some positions have expired.
All CEO position except bar, I believe, has not been advertised. It's purely to formalise all the position, because you must remember the CEOs at the municipal councils, they play a very major role. And in some towns and cities we don't have special administrators. So what we need to do is to make this position established one, and then from there we'll take it on.
The ministry has advertised 8 CEO posts in the Fiji Sun. Weather time now with Trish.
Thank you, Jackie. Today, Suva and Savu were the only 2 centres with fine weather in the morning and cloudy skies in the afternoon. As for Nandi, Lotokombai and Lambasa, they had a clear day. Looking at the temperatures for today, Suva reached 28, Nandi 30, Lotoka 29, Aba 31, Savu 32, and Lambasa with 27. Tomorrow's forecast calls for Suva and Savu to have similar conditions as today. The same is true for the other major centres, which can expect fine weather all day. For mariners, there is a strong wind warning for all Fiji waters, southeast winds 20 to 25 knots and rough seas. Now, did you know that the coldest temperature ever recorded on Earth was minus 82.2 degrees Celsius, recorded at Vostok Station, Antarctica on July 21st, 1983. It's never been anywhere near that cold in Savu where Chonit Tumuso, Johnny English, took this pretty picture.
That's a lovely picture indeed. Thanks so much for that. Recapping our main stories. Prime Minister Vorengem Bainimarama says the 2013 Constitution won't be removed. The Auditor General's reports will be tabled in Parliament tomorrow, and pharmacy hours at Valelevu and McCoy Health Centres in Asino have been extended. This week's poll question we're asking, will you be following the Parliament debates? Visit our FBC website to take part. Remember, you can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email citizenseyes@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. And if you're on Twitter, follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC News or simply hashtag FBC News. That's news for tonight. Good evening.
Great words there from Lucky Dube and Babana. Hope you enjoyed that number. Different colors just for you on Gold FM. Only the classic hits. Louise with you on the Center Show. Well, thank you so much for the sweet company. This is Alana Miles, one of my favorites, and Black Velvet for you. Hi there. Join me on the Center Show every weekday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. for the best sounds on Gold FM. Only the classic hits.